Take a look at your keyboard right now. Go ahead, run your fingers across it. If you're on a standard keyboard, you'll feel two tiny bumps, one on the F key and one on the J key. They're small, easy to overlook, and yet they're one of the most important design features in modern typing. So why are they there? Are they just random? Or is there a deeper reason behind those little bumps that most people never think about? Today, we're diving into the surprisingly clever design behind those tiny ridges and how they quietly transform the way we use computers every single day. Right here, on History of Simple Things. To understand those bumps, we need to go back, way before laptops and mechanical keyboards, to the early days of typewriters in the 19th century. The first commercially successful typewriter, developed in the 1860s and 1870s, introduced what we now know as the QWERTY keyboard layout. Interestingly, QWERTY wasn't designed for speed. It was actually created to prevent mechanical jams by spacing out commonly used letter pairings. As typing became more common in offices, schools, and businesses, efficiency started to matter more. This led to the development of touch typing, a method where typists use all 10 fingers without looking at the keyboard. But here's the problem. How do you know where your fingers are if you're not looking down? That's where the idea of tactile guides like those bumps began to take shape. The bumps on the F and J keys are there for one main reason: to help you position your hands correctly without looking. In touch typing, your fingers rest on what's called the home row. For a standard QWERTY keyboard, that row is ASDF for left hand and JKL for right hand. Your index fingers naturally rest on the F and J keys. The bumps act as physical markers so your fingers can instantly find their starting position by touch alone. Once your fingers are in the right place, the rest of the keyboard becomes easier to navigate. Each finger is responsible for certain keys, and with practice, your hands learn the layout almost like muscle memory. Without those bumps, touch typing would be far more difficult and much slower. You might be wondering, why those two keys specifically? It comes down to balance and symmetry. The F and J keys sit near the center of the keyboard, making them ideal anchor points for both hands. By placing tactile markers there, designers ensured that typists could quickly orient themselves no matter where their hands drifted. This design also works regardless of hand size. Whether you have large hands or small ones, your index fingers naturally fall near the middle of the keyboard, making F and J the perfect reference points. It's a simple solution, but incredibly effective. The bumps didn't exist on the earliest typewriters. They became more standardized as touch typing gained popularity in the early 20th century, especially with formal typing classes and office training programs. Interestingly, there's no single inventor credited for these bumps. Instead, they appear to have emerged gradually as manufacturers and educators refined keyboard design to make touch typing easier and more consistent. By the time computers entered the scene in the late 20th century, the feature was already considered essential. Manufacturers carried it over to computer keyboards, and it has remained a universal standard ever since. Even today, whether you're using a laptop, a desktop keyboard, or even some external mobile keyboards, those bumps are still there, unchanged for decades. It's a rare example of a design feature that was so effective it never needed to evolve. Beyond typing efficiency, those little bumps also play an important role in accessibility. For people with visual impairments, tactile cues like these are crucial. They allow users to navigate a keyboard independently without relying on sight. Combined with screen readers and other assistive technologies, these small ridges help make digital devices far more usable. And it's not just limited to keyboards. The idea of tactile markers has been applied to other devices as well, like the raised dot on the number 5 key on telephone keypads. It's a reminder that good design isn't always about adding more features, it's about making things intuitive. Try this experiment. Close your eyes and place your hands on a keyboard that doesn't have those bumps, if you can find one. You'll probably hesitate, adjusting your fingers until things feel right. That hesitation might only take a second, but in typing, seconds add up. Without tactile guides, your accuracy drops, your speed slows down, and you're more likely to look down at the keyboard. Those tiny bumps eliminate that hesitation entirely. They act like a reset button for your fingers, letting you instantly regain your position. While most keyboards use small raised bumps on the F and J keys, not all of them feel exactly the same. Some use subtle ridges, others have slightly deeper grooves, and a few keyboards, especially on laptops, make them almost flat but still textured enough to feel. It's a tiny variation, but manufacturers tweak it based on design, aesthetics, and how much tactile feedback they want to give. So, the next time you're typing away, whether it's an email, a message, or even a script, take a second to notice those tiny bumps under your fingers. They're easy to ignore, but they're quietly guiding every word you write, helping your hands stay oriented without you even thinking about it. It's the kind of design that works so well it becomes invisible. And that's really what makes it special. Those little ridges aren't just random details, they're the result of years of refinement, built around how humans naturally move and learn. From early typewriters to modern keyboards, they've remained almost unchanged, proving that sometimes the simplest ideas are the ones that last the longest. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.